Thank you for joining me for another reading through the New Testament. Today we are in 2 Corinthians chapter 8. We want you to know, brothers, about the grace of God that was given among the churches of Macedonia. For in a severe test of affliction, their abundance of joy and their extreme poverty have overflowed in a wealth of generosity on their part. For they gave according to their means, as I can testify, and beyond their means, of their own accord, begging us earnestly for the favor of taking part in the relief of the saints. And this not as we had expected, but they gave themselves to the Lord first, and then by the will of God to us. Accordingly, we urge Titus that as he had started, so he should complete among you this act of grace. But as you excel in everything, in faith, in speech, in knowledge, and in all earnestness, and in your love for you, or in our love for you, see that you excel in this act of grace also. I say this not as a command, but to prove by the earnestness of others that your love also is genuine. For you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sake he became poor, so that you, by his poverty, might become rich. And in this matter I give my judgment. This benefits you, who a year ago started not only to do this work, but also to desire to do it. So now finish doing it as well, so that your readiness in desiring it may be matched by your completing it out of what you have. For if the readiness is there, it is acceptable according to what a person has, not according to what he does not have. For I do not mean that others should be eased and you burdened, but that as a matter of fairness, your abundance at the present time should supply their need, so that their abundance may supply your need, that there may be fairness. As it is written, whoever gathered much had nothing left over, and whoever gathered little had no lack. But thanks be to God, who put into the heart of Titus the same earnest care I have for you. For he not only accepted our appeal, but being himself very earnest, he is going to you of his own accord. And with him we are sending the brother who is famous among all the churches for his preaching of the gospel. And not only that, but he has been appointed by the churches to travel with us as we carry out this act of grace that is being ministered by us, for the glory of the Lord himself and to show our goodwill. We take this course so that no one should blame us about this generous gift that is being administered by us. For we aim at what is honorable not only in the Lord's sight, but also in the sight of man. And with them we are sending our brother whom we have often tested and found earnest in many matters, but who is now more earnest than ever because of his great confidence in you. As for Titus, he is my partner and fellow worker for your benefit. And as for our brothers, they are messengers of the churches, the glory of Christ. So give proof before the churches of your love and of your boasting, of our boasting about you to these men. Sorry for that little hiccup at the end there. Paul returns to what the Corinthian church was asking questions about in 1 Corinthians 16, the collection for the saints. And here in chapter 8, he returns to that subject of the gathering together of these resources to help needy saints that were in Jerusalem. And here he urges them, even a year after they promised that they would help, to go through and finish doing it. But in it, he keeps emphasizing again and again the obligation was love. That to give and to help these needy saints wasn't quantified by the amount of money that they sent, or even that they sent money, but that the love that they had manifested in the way that Christ gave up everything so that he could save us was now being manifested in the way these Corinthians were caring for their Jewish brothers in Jerusalem. You see, the thing that the Apostle Paul keeps returning us to is that the true nature of what the gospel is to recreate in our lives what God did for us in Jesus. He saved us. and he rescued us from our sin, and graciously and mercifully offered us something that we did not deserve. If our world could create that in themselves, there would have never been a need for the gospel. So to change our world, it won't come through litigation and it won't come through legislation. It will only come through transformation. When people take in their hearts and in their minds the true reality of what it was that Jesus Christ did for us. Paul brings it back to the Corinthians, and God brings it back to us every day to not just sing about living like Jesus, but to really live like Jesus. Join me again on Monday as we try to make weekdays strong days by the reading of the New Testament.